Good morning and welcome to Newswatch Today. I'm Gabby Matthews.
And I'm Libby Lee. The U.S. government appears to be running out of money.
And we have more information on Evangel's new mascot. Summer Ottershot is here with your forecast, and Ashlyn Reinhart has your latest sports news. This is Newswatch Today. Thanks for joining us this morning, and now we have Summer Ottershot to give us the first forecast. Summer?
Thanks, guys. So it is currently 70 degrees out there, and it is cloudy. We have 6-mile-per-hour winds, but it doesn't look like that sun's going to peek through anytime soon, because although the high is 82 today, it is going to be chances of rain and cloudy all day long. The rain is most likely to happen this afternoon and tonight, but I'll have more of that in my full forecast later. Back to you, Gabby.
Thanks, Summer. I can't wait to hear your full forecast. I don't think I'm quite ready for the rain, though.
The United States Treasury Secretary claims the federal government will run out of money by mid-October. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen states that unless Congress is willing to raise the debt ceiling, the United States will run out of cash and other financial means. If action is not taken, the United States could default on debt, which would cause the economy to crash and markets to fail. Yellen's October deadline is only an estimate, and lawmakers are discussing possible solutions.
YouTube is banning any false claims made against the COVID-19 vaccine. This includes stating that the vaccine causes health issues related to infertility, autism, cancer, and more. Accounts that promote such behavior will be kicked off the platform and have their videos deleted. The ban does not stop at the COVID-19 vaccine, but includes all other misinformation about vaccines. The only videos permitted are those that refer to personal health stories in relation to a vaccine, as well as vaccines under development.
The FBI's yearly crime report was just released and was focused on victim awareness and statistics. According to KY3, the report states most violent crimes happen in your home and are committed by a stranger. It also stated that in Springfield, more men were offenders of violent crimes than women. They want it to be known that people aged 20 to 29 are more likely to be victims and offenders. The FBI hopes their report can help make communities aware of crime and ways it can be avoided.
The Evangel Facilities Department has been working since this summer to update many aspects of campus. Ashlyn Reinhart has the full story.
It is no surprise that the Evangel campus is being repaired, replaced, and renovated. The Facilities Department has initiated change around campus for over a year. The ongoing renovations began at the AGTS building, where a hailstorm in January 2020 left the roof and skylights in need of repair. The skylights were replaced in December, and the roof was completed this month. Queen City Roofing has done all of the work on Evangel's roofs, including work on the Maybe Fitness Center, the softball and baseball field house, the men's and women's soccer locker room roofing, as well as the academic buildings. Aside from roofing, the Facilities Department fixed the steam pits around campus over the summer. Zimmerman Hall and the Barnett Recital Hall received new furniture. All of the residence halls received new doors on each floor in order to meet fire safety code. Some of the biggest changes happened in Spence Chapel. Brian Hoff, the Director of Facilities, explains why the chapel updates create a better experience for students.
People donate. We got a great deal on 2 new screens that are LED screens, but then in addition to that, we were also able to get that large LED wall.
There's still a lot to be done around campus, and Hoff encourages the community to help out on October 16th.
Saturday, October 16th, we're having what's called a beautification day, where people can volunteer and come on campus and work on projects, all different types of things all over campus to kind of help spruce things up in preparation for homecoming.
Students can already see and enjoy the changes made to campus this semester and can expect more to happen in the future. This is Ashlyn Reinhart reporting for Newswatch Today.
The Maybe Center has made some new updates going forward this semester. Director Anthony Finzo has been creating ways to engage the student body into active fun, allowing for a break from classwork. Senior work study, Arrow Lindy, talked about how the changes can positively impact the student body.
So we're all trying to do something new. Our boss tries to make sure there's something new going on every week, or that if we can get more involvement, that he'll host events for stuff like this. Last week we had a pickleball and spike ball week. Also just keeping the students updated with a recommendation board, and also specific times to have the athletes come in and do stuff as well.
The next Maybe event is the October Fitness Challenge. Make sure to go to the Maybe to participate.
Coming up next, Evangel students got the opportunity to have a meal with missionaries.
And Evangel's head of marketing gives us more details about the new mascot. Stay tuned.
Open up your books to page 360.
Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Talking about inspirational quotes.
You gotta believe in yourself. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
I spy something beginning with S.
Snow?
No.
Snow-covered trees?
Nothing to do with snow.
Head outside to discover incredible animals and beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones.
Don't even.
And explore a world of possibilities.
Come on, this way.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
Just yesterday afternoon, the World Changers Club at Evangel hosted a missionary lunch in the CAF. Blade Wright has more of the story.
Meal with a Missionary is an opportunity for students to learn about missionaries outside the realm of Springfield. This meal, hosted by the group World Changers on campus, helps students make connections and grow in their faith as the missionaries discuss the things they have seen and heard while in Uruguay. Their goal is to raise mission awareness for our campus by sponsoring cultural events and inviting missionary and cross-cultural speakers throughout the year. They are a group of spirit-led students who are passionate about missions. The World Changers Liaison explains a little bit more about what the purpose of the meal is.
So our meal with a missionary, we're having one this Wednesday, the 29th, from 11:30 to 12:30. That is basic. It's a low-key event. We'll have a missionary come in, a missionary family usually. This time it's going to be a Trent and Tina Morrow. They've served in Latin America for close to 20 years now in Uruguay. But they'll come into the CAF just from the 11:30 to 12:30, and we'll just have students come and talk to them, learn about their experiences. They'll share what they do. They'll share their faith, their the trials they've gone through, the experiences they've had, and we'll just learn from them. Like, that's the whole point of what we do, is really just getting to know missions. So no better way to do that than to talk to the people who are actively doing missions. So.
For more information on World Changers or when the next meal with a missionary is, contact Cade Moberg. For Newswatch, this is Blade Wright. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Blade. I'm excited to see what the World Changers do next. Now we have a special guest to talk to us more about Evangel's new mascot change. Isn't that right, Libby?
Yes, it is, Gabby. Joining us today is Erin Headland, the Director of Marketing and Communications here at Evangel. Erin, thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
So Evangel recently got a new mascot, Valor, as represented by a horse.
A horse, that is correct, yes.
All right, and we can take a look at that. But let's start talking about, so last week we covered the reveal of the mascot, but could you kind of tell us what that process looked like, how many decisions there were to make, all of it?
Yeah, absolutely. So it was a really comprehensive process in selecting the new mascot. We heard from various groups of our students, our faculty, our staff, our athletics department, alumni, donors, friends of the university. We really wanted to make sure that everyone had a voice and that everyone was able to give their input. And from the over 700 mascot submissions that we received, the mascot selection committee finally narrowed it down to Valor.
All right. Were there any close seconds to Valor?
There were a handful of final winners, among them Storm and Guardians, but Valor really rose to the top in almost all of the focus groups that we conducted, and it really seemed to embody what we wanted to represent as a university.
Yeah. So how do you feel now that the mascot is revealed?
Well, it was such an exciting time last week to see the reveal happen, to have everyone on campus excited about this new identity for Evangel, and now we just have really great momentum. So we're excited to move forward with it and really embrace Valor as a community here at Evangel.
Yes. Was there a lot of thought that went into how it was going to be revealed in chapel? I know the video was very cool, the fire, that was quite the show.
Yes, absolutely. We wanted to make it really significant, and we wanted it to stand out as a really special moment for the students here, for the faculty and staff, that they would remember the reveal event and have it really be a hallmark of their experience here at Evangel, and I think we accomplished that.
Yeah. So what does Valor specifically mean to you?
Valor really represents who we want our Evangel students and alumni that go out into the world to serve to be, and that is people of bravery and courage who really are undaunted in the face of adversity but continue to move forward with their eyes on the prize, knowing who they represent and what they stand for, and just to be confident in pursuing their callings.
Yes. Are there any other big changes that we can expect to do with the mascot? Are there going to be more merch revealed? Is there going to be just anything new done on campus to support the new mascot?
So we have a plan to implement the mascot in all the places that our former mascot was, and so that includes athletic facilities, signage around campus, on our website, and all of the areas that we had our mascot. And so we're just excited to move forward with that and be looking for new Valor merchandise in the bookstore coming soon.
All right. So is there anything in particular, were there new colors that were going to be picked out, or was it always going to be the traditional maroon and white?
Maroon and white are really our Evangel colors, and so we wanted to stick with that. We didn't want to change colors as we looked at a new mascot, so that was really clear from the start that we were going to stay with our traditional colors and move forward with that.
And did you guys have any people that just didn't care for wanting a new mascot and just were very, did not want the change?
Well, we appreciate all of the input that we got. We certainly had folks that weren't excited about a new mascot change, and we appreciate their input. We recognize how important the former mascot was to the Evangel community, and we like to say we didn't cancel the former mascot. We just retired it. He was 65, so it was time for retirement, and now we're moving forward with a new look.
All right. And is there a chance that Evangel will get a new mascot in the future, or are they planning on keeping Valor as long as the doors are open?
I think Valor's going to be around for quite a while. We're pretty confident that really represents who we are as a university, and so we're excited to move forward with that.
All right. Well, thank you for being here with us today, Erin. Back to you, Gabby.
Thanks, Libby. Summer, how do you feel about being a Valor now?
I was a little bit hesitant, but I'm excited now. What about you?
I'm ready for the future of the Valor. So what's our weather look like this weekend?
People might want to whip out their umbrellas, but I'll talk about it more in my full forecast. Stay with us.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The ivory-billed woodpecker has been declared extinct among other wildlife, which includes 23 species of birds and fish. This is due to the destruction humans have caused to Earth through pollution and water sources, overdevelopment, trophy hunting, and more. Global warming and the loss of many habitats will endanger other species as well. The Earth may be facing an extinction crisis, according to many scientists. There is still a possibility that some of these species could reappear, and there's a 3-month period before the declaration of extinction is final.
So Summer, what's the forecast looking like for the rest of the week?
Well, it looks like it's finally going to start feeling like fall weather as October is tomorrow. It is currently 70 degrees and cloudy out there, 6-mile-per-hour winds, and it doesn't look like the sun's coming out anytime soon. Even though the high is 82, there's chances of rain all day today, along with 11-mile-per-hour winds. And then tonight, it looks like it's going to be cloudy, 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 with a low of 66. If we take a look at our almanac, we see that our temps are higher than they usually are for this time of the year, as they're usually around 54 for a low and 76 as a high. But we're just glad it isn't the extreme highs and lows of 31 and 91. If we take a look at our satellite, we see that Hurricane Sam is developing out here, but it doesn't look like it's projected to make landfall, but there is chances that some of that will affect the East Coast anyways. If we take a closer look at our radar, we see that the East Coast finally has a bit of a break considering it's hurricane season. But we see that this Midwest has a lot of rain in it, up in the Dakotas, Nebraska, Kansas, and then most importantly, Missouri. It looks like we're gonna have rain, and some of this is projected that it could come hit us later in the next week. Taking a look at our Missouri temps, we see that Springfield at 79 and Kansas at 78 are the lows in the state. But over here in St. Louis, it's 84 because it's a little bit warmer over there, but the cold front should be hitting it relatively soon. Looking at our highs and lows, we see that we had this high pressure front push through, but now we're in this low pressure front all along the Midwest and upper Midwest. It's possible that this other high pressure front's going to come through, but we're not going to be looking into that until next week. We see a little bit closer look at what's happening down in Texas, as they also have some storms down there. Taking a look at our 6-day forecast, we see that we have thunderstorms all Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, with the highest chance of rain being on Saturday. But then it looks like it starts to clear up within the next week, Monday, Tuesday. But for all my pumpkin spice lovers, you're going to be able to whip out your sweaters very soon, because although the high for tomorrow is 81, it looks like it's going to be dipping down into the 70s in the next week. But that's all for the weather right now. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Summer. Just around the corner, we'll have Ashlyn here with our latest sports news. Stay tuned.
What are you, superheroes?
Just 4 brothers who hate bullies and love this city.
Gear up, guys.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Gone. No.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Open up your books to page 360.
Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
About inspirational quotes.
You gotta believe in yourself. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
The Recovery 5K was held last Saturday here on Evangel's campus. The race was put on by the Evangel Social Work Club led by President Lily Eklund. The Social Work Club partnered with an organization called Recovery Alive during Recovery Month to set up the race. The event was an optional run walk 5K around campus to support the recovery of the opioid epidemic. The event not only brought students and staff, but also families and friends from around the area to help spread awareness of the outbreak. The event was $6 to join in, all those proceeds went to helping the community with all that goes on with the opioid epidemic. Lily Eklund was excited to see all those who came out in support.
So the main reason we did this was for the opioid epidemic, like I said, because it's still ravaging the country and not a lot of people are, that's a broad statement, but a lot of people don't pay much attention to it because recovery is for those people. But we as a social work club and just as Christ followers want the stigma to be taken away from that, because it's not those people, it's the people you know, the people at church, it's you, it's me. And so we just really want to draw awareness to Evangel and to our entire community that recovery matters and that the people, they matter.
The Social Work Club will be having more events in the upcoming months. Wow, what a great event put on by one of our very own students, Libby.
Yes, I'm so glad that Evangel students support such an amazing cause. And coming up now is Ashlyn Reinhart with the latest in sports.
Thanks, Libby. 3 Heart of America Athletic Conference teams were represented in the most recent NAIA football First Down Playbook Top 25 poll. The Grandview University Vikings sit at 4th overall in the country with an undefeated record. Grandview is the only Heart team without a loss. Joining the Vikings in the rankings is Baker University, who moved from the 10th spot to number 9. Baker's only loss this season is to Grandview. Culver Stockton College entered the top 25 conversation and received votes in the latest poll. Culver Stockton's only loss is to Baker. Olympic star Courtney Frericks returned to the Ozarks last week after claiming the silver medal in the steeplechase during the Tokyo Olympics. Frericks beat her personal American record in the 3,000-meter steeplechase just a few weeks after the Olympics. She returned to her hometown of Nixa on Thursday, where she spoke with student athletes and was honored by Nixa High during a soccer match later that evening. A University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee women's soccer player set an NCAA record on Sunday. Jelena Sever scored on the opening kick of the game against Youngstown State. The ball scored over the goalkeeper's head and into the back of the net in just 3.2 seconds, breaking the NCAA's women's soccer record regardless of division. The previous record was in 4 seconds, set back in 2006. The Lady Panthers went on to win the game 7-0. And LeBron James is arguably one of the greatest to play in the NBA, but could he have risen to stardom in the NFL? James joined Peyton and Eli Manning on Monday Night Football earlier this week and expressed his confidence in making a football team. In fact, both the Seattle Seahawks and Dallas Cowboys extended tryout offers to James in 2011. He said that given his athleticism and age, and he was 26 at the time, that he definitely would have made either team. And I'm surprised that he wanted to even consider football, given how great of success he's had in the NBA. What do you think, Gabby?
Thanks, Ashlyn. I don't care what sport it is, I do not want to be up against LeBron James. Next up, there's a new Disney-themed Airbnb.
And after that, Summer is here with her final forecast. We'll be right back.
The best place to find adventure.
Come on, this way.
Is in the forest.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones.
Don't even.
And explore a world of possibilities.
It's beautiful.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you.
Behold, the angry giant. Behold, the angry giant. Behold, the angry giant. Behold, the angry giant. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework. He hates homework. I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's
I'm
just
trying
gotta
as
try a
hard
little
as
harder.
I can.
1 in 5 children struggle with learning and attention issues. Go from misunderstanding to understood.org.
Hey, did you know that 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Go to theshelterpetproject.org and search your local shelters and rescues. Go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Winnie the Pooh fans can now stay in a Winnie the Pooh themed tiny home in Sussex, England. The tiny home was built in part of the countryside that inspired the original 100-acre wood. The tiny home's creation was supervised by Disney illustrator Kim Raymond. During their visit, guests will receive a guided tour of the countryside as well as the chance to try some honey-inspired cuisine. This home is hoped to bring visitors' Winnie the Pooh dreams to life. Well, that sounds like a very good time, Gabby.
Libby, let's just hope that they have the bare necessities there.
So how's the weather looking this weekend, Summer?
Well, some people will think it's unbearable, especially if they're at the football game, as it looks like Saturday is our greatest chance for rain. We see that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, there's chances all throughout of rain, but then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's gonna start clearing up. And for all of our fall lovers, the temperatures are gonna be cooling down soon. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Summer. Libby, got any exciting things this weekend?
Well, I don't know. I guess if it's raining, I won't do much, but otherwise, I think I'm gonna go to the football game. What about you?
That sounds like a good time. I think a nap sounds perfect and I'll be
It
participating. Well, that's all for us today. I'm Gabby Matthews.
And I'm Libby Lee. This has been Newswatch Today. Join us next week.